Please welcome to the stage, Nelson Gombakomba!
Chicken ham, make some noise! That's good, that's good. I like to identify as a highly successful comedian. I'm just going through a tough time right now. At my head, I'm at the O2. It's a bigger stage. The lights are brighter. There's more diversity in the audience. More people to get these jokes. But here we are. I'm the first guy tonight, which is like being the first guy in a gangbang. Which means I don't really have to be that good. You're gonna have more dicks. All right. A gangbang is a group of people working together for good cause. So my name is Nelson Tinashe Gombakomba Jr. the Second. That only stops being funny when you realize it's my actual name. I always tell the ladies the name Nelson Tinashe Gombakomba Jr. the Second is the shortest thing about me, and we're all right. Okay, good. I'm half black, half Chinese. My father doesn't like that joke, but our neighbor, Mr. Chang, thinks it's really funny. He comes out to me after the show like, no, I didn't like that joke. I live in Norwich right now. Boo. Yeah, no, that's right. Norwich is whiter than cocaine. It's white. Kind of like this room. It's white. What? Are there any South Africans in tonight? All right, no, it's fine. I'm not gonna pick on you. Just wanted to check, you know. Sorry to check. It connects to what I'm about to say next. I'm originally from Zimbabwe. Okay, the fact that there's no reaction. Usually someone would go, woo, but that's fine. Okay, we're gonna do that again. I'm originally from Zimbabwe, which means my passport will never get stolen. No one will steal it. Someone was trying to steal my passport, they'd run after me like, sir, take your shit back, please, sir. I lived in Zimbabwe until I was able to swim. I swam all the way from Africa. I almost drowned 27 times. I fought sharks. I fought Somali pirates. Only to get washed up at this place called Great Yarmouth. All right, you've been there too, okay. I did look around for a bit, and then I started swimming back to Africa. I was like, if that is Great Yarmouth, I don't want to see the normal Yarmouth, anything. Nah, it is backward. Do you guys remember a few years ago when the Tories were trying to send immigrants to Rwanda? Do you know how crazy that is, guys? Just imagine, you're a poor immigrant. You've swum all the way from Africa. You fought your Somali pirates. You've almost drowned 27 times. You get washed up at Devon or Brighton, depending on the current. You know. Only to get sent to Rwanda. That's like immigration snakes and ladders. Like, damn, I started over here, now I'm over there, now I'm over here. All I'm saying is that, okay, now you guys don't care what that means. Has anyone in here taken a citizenship test? It's fine, I have, I'll tell you about it. I have, that's why I'm here. I took my citizenship test back in 2011. Back then, you had to go to this dungeon in London. we are in London, but it was closer to Buckingham Palace. You go down this dungeon, and then you get to the bottom, and then you get to this table, and then there'd be a candle. It was a candle-lit atmosphere. The queen would be on the other side. Like the actual queen, not some doppelganger, no, like the actual queen. And she'd ask you questions, answers to which you'd only know if you'd been in the UK for a certain period of time. Like, what's a pig in a blanket? If you're new in the UK, you're gonna be confused. You're gonna be like, a pig in a blanket, that's a farm animal that's ended up in your bed. A good night out in Wales, some might say. No. Wales, because No, but I've been in the UK for a few years. So I was like, a pig in a blanket, that's either bacon wrapped around sausage or sausage. I didn't get the order right, but she was like, okay, that's good enough. And then the questions kept getting tougher, ladies and gentlemen of Twickenham. And on the last question, you're presented with 2 cups of tea. One has been made with milk first, and the other has been made the proper British way, and you're meant to guess which was the right one. And whilst you're doing that, there's a gun to your head. I live to tell the tale. My cousin, though, okay. I miss the Queen, man. No, I do. She was a good lady. Shut up. My mother had the opposite problem to the Queen. See, unlike the Queen, my mother actually wanted a black daughter-in-law. She did. And my mom would come up to me and she'd go, Nelson, where's my black daughter-in-law, Nelson? Where's my black daughter-in-law? And then I turned to her and be like, Mother, this is Norwich, baby. There's only like 7 black girls. I've dated 3, as well as their mothers. The only one that's left is my sister, which I know is okay in Norfolk, but for me, that's where I draw the line right there. In Norfolk, familytree.com is a dating website. If you apply for a job in Norfolk and they tell you, well, over here we're just like a family, don't fall for that. That's an invitation to an orgy, that is. I asked a girl from Norfolk why she does not date any black guys, and she said it's because there aren't any in her family. Which is a fair point, technically speaking. Tight argument. So I went to high school in Norfolk, right? You know, just normal high school. Back then, when the teacher read out the register, there'd be excitement when they got to my name. She'd actually skip all the boring names. Like, sir, what's your name? That's a boring name, man. She wouldn't care whether you came to school or not. She'd skip all the boring names and then she'd get to my name. And all the kids would huddle up like a mini staff party. And there'd be silence and anticipation. As she read out my name, she would go, Nelson Tinashe Gombakomba Jr. Hazi wenyaba wenya. And all the other kids would lift me up like the Lion King. And they start dancing around me like, you. And I'd just be in the air like, Whenever got any work done, which is why I'm doing this job right now. At my high school, there were 4 black kids, but the only people that knew there were 4 black kids were the 4 black kids. Everyone just thought it was one black kid, was everywhere, like, damn. Nelson, I'm just sitting at the science exam. What are you doing playing basketball? Just sitting here playing cricket. What are you doing? Smoking weed. And one of the 4 black kids was my little brother. And sometimes I'd be able to spot his little black head bubbling in the ocean of white Norfolk kids. And I try to sneak up behind him and surprise him like, hey, little brother, hey, little... And then it would turn out to be a different black kid. And I feel racist, like, damn, they don't look the same to me. And then Mr. Cheng would be like, Nelson, I didn't like that show. Okay. I got tired of writing jokes about being black. So I thought, damn, let me find a new life experience. So I became a father. And then, thank you. So I became a father. And then I abandoned that child. Okay. That would have sounded better. Okay. That joke didn't. Okay. No. I feel like, okay, now that's fine. Every set one joke does happen. But that was meant to get a different reaction. No, I'm still in a life, by the way. It's not funny when he does it when people don't laugh. Okay. No. But yeah, I thought, damn, let me find a new life experience, man. So I became a father. And then I abandoned that. Okay. Okay. So when the baby was born, right, the doctor brought the baby to me. He was like, congratulations, Mr. Nelson Tinashe Gombakomba Jr. II, Norwich's #1 black comedian. Congratulations. It's a baby girl. And then he lifted her up, and then the whole world started dancing, baby girl, baby girl, baby girl, baby. And then I was like, hold on, partner. And then everyone froze. And then I stepped up like a sheriff in a Western movie. I was like, hold on, partner. This is 2022, mate. Because it was 2022. It's like, this is 2022, mate. Which means you cannot assume my child's gender. Which means I can still have the son I want. I started dancing, but no one joined. Okay. It takes a village to raise a child is not a good response when asked to pay for child support. I was like, Judge. No, he wasn't having it. No. I live right next to the Norwich City Stadium. I'm just moving on to football now. That's what my jokes are like, just, constant. Unless someone has any questions so far. No questions? No? You just want your comedians to tell jokes and fuck off. Tell us jokes. No, okay. Okay, we can find things that we have in common. No, I too have a hairy wife. I have a hairy wife. She is hairy. She is hairy everywhere. Like everywhere. Everywhere. Except for eyebrows. That is where she draws the line. It's a comedy, nice. Stop it. All right, okay. I was walking in London the other day. I was walking, just minding my own business, right? And then this man, he had a tuxedo and earpiece. He looked very official, like someone important. He kept following me everywhere. And then he finally caught up with me, right? And then he held me by the collar, and then he pushed me up against the wall. And then he took out his badge, and then he said, MI5. I looked at him and I said, no, you look a bit older, sir. You look like you're in your 40s. So that what you like, that's fine, that's fine, thank you. It's an interesting job, this is, So no South Africans, no. I was talking to my pet zebra the other day, and I was like, zebra, are you white with black stripes, or are you black with white stripes? And then the zebra ran away with my bag of weed. I didn't really write a punchline for that joke. I just thought you'd fill it in based on your own racial prejudice. Like, you decide what race the zebra is. All right, okay. I know I seem like this sexy, confident, alpha male type of guy. That wasn't a joke, okay. No. But see, I too suffer from social anxiety, guys. I get it too. I suffer from it too. And one of the ways in which I challenge my social anxiety is that I like to go to end summers. Alone, as a man, just to see how long I can last in there. It's like holding your head underwater. You want to see how long you can last in there before it gets uncomfortable. So far, my record is 4 minutes, 36 seconds. You guys haven't end summers, okay? One of the times I was there, just minding my own business, and then one of the shop assistants caught me by surprise. She was like, "Excuse me, Mr. Nelson Tinashe Gombakomba, Norwich #1 black comedian. Excuse me, do you need any help?" And so I panicked. I was like, I'm just looking for a late Mother's Day gift. Needless to say, my mother has enjoyed the Silver Rabbit 5000. She hasn't left her room ever since. And Summers doesn't even pay me for this promo. It's a true story, man. It's like, Silver Rabbit 5000 is the type of vibrator you take on vacation to India. Hello. Okay, it's stupid. I shouldn't talk about such things. No questions? No. I live right next to the Norwich City Stadium, right? And every time I'm bored, I like to go watch the matches, And I like to do something that no one else in the country ever does. I like to racially abuse all the white players. No one does anything. No one. People just sit there awkwardly, like, "Damn, who brought this guy? Like, what?" and I be proper racist as well, like saying, "Pookie, go home." Like I don't throw bananas. No, I throw Yorkshire puddings. Like, beat my chest like a monkey. Like, okay. White guys have the advantage of writing their jokes on the back of their hand. The rest of us have to refer to a scroll. Oh, this is not even the right scroll, actually. That's white privilege right there. Small joke transitions. Do you guys know who Dr. Jordan Peterson is? He's a psychologist, he's a very smart guy. He has a test online called Understand Myself. So I was scrolling on Instagram the other day, and so I saw the test, the advert, and I thought, damn, I'm a 34-year-old baby daddy in Norwich, comedian who goes to Norwich games to racially abuse the white players. I need to understand myself, man. So I clicked on that advert, and then I found out it was $9.99. And in that moment, ladies and gentlemen of Twickenham, I truly understood myself. I'm a cheap bastard. I was like, I'm sorry, Dr. Jordan Peterson. I'm going to have to figure this out on my own. Okay. All right, I got 30 seconds left. I don't want to overstay my welcome like the pesky immigrant. No, that's a joke. That one is stupid. Okay. If you Google black comedian from Norwich, it's not even racist. I am one of the top 2 results. That's if you liked my set tonight, you know. Sometimes Google try to sneak in a few white comedians in there, be like, did you mean white comedian from Norwich? No, it's just keep scrolling. That's in case you liked any of this shit. If any of the women enjoyed my set tonight, I'll be performing later on in the alleyway just behind. My name's Nelson T. Gombakomba Jr. Peace and love. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nelson Gombakomba. Brilliant opening set.